All right, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, with my Week 13, meaning rivalry week, predictions. Nice little week last week against the spread at 14-8. That's just under 64%. I'm at 127 and 107 against the spread. Not up to my standards, but still a solid like 55% against the spread. 192 and 69. Do the math because I have not. 192 and 69. Against the money line, 20-5 last week. All right, I'm going to run down Friday's games. We're going to cut another video and post on Friday night to predict Saturday's big games. All right, we go top 25. As you will know, all the top 25 games, bar none. Plus, I throw in some other ones. And when it comes to rivalry week, that means I'm going to throw in a lot of other ones just because it's not good for my record, but I just can't help myself. I like to predict football games. Texas at Kansas. Longhorns go to the Big 12 championship with a win. They get their win, but Kansas gets the cover. Take the Jayhawks plus the 15.5 at home. We've got UCF at South Florida. The Bulls have been playing like garbage, losing 4 straight after winning 7 straight. Yes, it could be a bit of a trap game, and it's a rivalry situation. Of course, UCF a 2-touchdown favorite coming off an impressive showing against Cincinnati. I like them to cover late. Take UCF and lay the 14 points. Okay, huge one in the Big 12. Of course, Oklahoma needs to continue to win on through the Big 12 championship game to make the playoff at West Virginia. The Mountaineers' playoff bid most likely destroyed last week by Oklahoma State on the road. They come back to Morgantown. They still have big goals here. Consider, yes, everybody's hyper-focused on the playoff, but the Big 12 championship never won by West Virginia. They have a chance to get to the big game, and they're a 3.5-point dog. What do we say each and every week? Look at the top 25. There's typically about 20 to 23 games played in the top 25. And over 20% of those games are going to be upsets. As of last week, in top 25 play, we had 214 games, and 54 are upsets. Almost 25% of the games. Here's an upset right here. West Virginia wins at home, so take those 3.5 points and West Virginia as well. Washington State. There's another one. I love the Huskies in this situation. Yes, the Cougars are playing better. Huskies a more talented team. Chris Peterson knows how to win in these situations. Yes, the Huskies, I don't necessarily believe in having another team's number, but they win this Apple Cup game. And again, the focus is on Washington State because of the playoff, but Washington has a ton to play for. They can go to the Pac-12 championship game with the win. Washington wins at Washington State. The Huskies get 3 points as well. Nebraska at Iowa. Huskers playing much better. They cover the 9, so take Nebraska with the 9 points. Iowa does win the game. Similarly, Missouri, Arkansas, an SEC rivalry thrown together by the conference this final weekend of the season on Fridays. Missouri wins at home, but they're a 23.5-point pick against the Razorbacks. Too many points for me. The Hogs are awful, but take Arkansas. They're playing much better in recent weeks. Virginia at Virginia Tech. Interesting situation here, as Virginia Tech has been the dominant team in this series. They've won 14 consecutive games against the Cavaliers, and they're a 4.5-point underdog at home. Of course, looking at the teams right now, Virginia playing much better football. If you do the score comparison, which I fully believe in at this point in the season because we've got like 6 or 7 games, like games between these two teams, everyone in their division, they have both played. Virginia's played better against those teams, but man, at home at Lane Stadium, which has not been a home field advantage for the Hokies this year. They just lost by 24 points to Miami, but they pull it together enough to keep it close. Take Virginia to win the game. Take Virginia Tech, who's going to win 2 consecutive games, and they just scheduled an extra game against Marshall to replace the earlier wipeout by the Hurricane to try to get to postseason play again. Hokies lose this game, but take the 4.5 points. Oregon State. In Corvallis, the Beavers have been awful, excluding the win against Colorado, in which they inexplicably came back from 31-7 down to win the game and every other Pac-12 game for them has been a wipeout. They have gotten annihilated. They get annihilated again. Oregon covers 18.5 points against Oregon State. All right, Pitt at Miami. We'll save that game for tomorrow. We're going to go with just the Friday games. Here we go. There they are. 3, 6, 8 predictions for you on a Friday. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and have much to be thankful for. And we will see you soon at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, with instant analysis throughout the day on Friday, including our live stream at 11 a.m. Eastern Time over at SD1 Sports. That's 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday over at SD1 Sports. We'll see you soon.